$240,000 for fiscal year 2016 based upon the agreement's distribution percentages, and whereas Ulster County government has proposed cutting the proportion of the net sales tax revenue that is allocated to the towns from 3% to 2%, and whereas such a cut would have a severe impact on the town of Shandaken finances and could potentially result in eliminating of public services currently provided by the town. And whereas it is in the best interest of the town of Shandaken that the current agreement, which expires on February 29, 2016, be extended in an unmodified form for the additional 5-year period. And whereas such extensions of the agreement would provide financial stability to the town of Shandaken as well as all other municipality entities located in Ulster County. Therefore, be resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board requests that the City of Kingston and the County of Ulster reach an agreement to extend the 2010 sales tax sharing agreement, which is set to expire on February 29, 2016, for the additional 5-year period in an unmodified form. And be it further resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board calls upon its elected Ulster County legislator, John Parity, to support extending the 2010 sales tax sharing agreement for additional 5-year period in an unmodified form. And be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be forwarded to each member of the Ulster County Legislature, Ulster County Executive Michael Hine, and the Mayor of the City of Kingston. And I move its adoption.
Second.
And I want to say, I think it was, I'm sorry, before I go on, that it was February 29th was the date, but I believe it was extended.
Correct.
So,
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Brown?
Yes. Resolution 6416, resolution appointing independent auditor to meet all federal guidelines. Whereas under federal requirements, any municipality subrecipient which expends $500,000 or more of federal funding from all sources during fiscal years 2013 and 2014, or expends $750,000 or more of federal funding from all sources during fiscal years 2015 and 2016, must have an independent audit of such federal funds conducted in accordance with the Federal Office of Management and Budget, OMB, Circular A-133. And whereas additionally, per the New York State Budget Policy and Reporting Manual, Item I-300, state agencies that provide funds to subrecipients pursuant to OMB Circular A-133 must obtain copies of the subrecipients' A-133 audit reports and determine whether any audit findings affecting its programs are significant and warrant follow-up. Therefore, subrecipients should provide one copy of such audit report to the Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services, DHSES. And whereas the town of Shandaken has expended in excess of $500,000 of federal funds during the 2013 and 2014 fiscal years, and in excess of $750,000 in 2015, and anticipates expending in excess of $750,000 in 2016, therefore be it resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board extends such services as provided by the firm Moster, Manzanero, and Scott LLP, 4 Associate Drive, Oneonta, New York, 13820. And be it further resolved that as per the proposal provided to the Town Board, that such services shall not exceed $18,000 per fiscal year audit and may be considerably less pending hourly time accruals for said audit, and move its adoption.
second that.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Brown?
Yep.
Folks, there's copies of the resolution. I'll have time to go faster if you want to read along. That's exciting.
We have a few of them here tonight.
You know, bore you. There's a lot of stuff up there.
Resolution 65-16, resolution designating town supervisor as certifying officer and supporting Shandaken Town Board request for lead agency status for compliance with Office of Community Renewal, Community Development Block Grant for Phoenicia Water District. Whereas New York State Homes and Community Renewal, NYSHCR, assist in the administration of federal funds awarded to the Phoenicia Water District for planned improvements, the project. And whereas NYHCR has requirements that must be met in order to start processing the grant as well as to allow the project to proceed. And whereas NYHCR requires an environmental review be reported by a certifying officer to be designated by the town awardee, and that a state environmental quality review, SEQR, be performed. Therefore, be it resolved, the Town of Shandaken Town Board hereby designates Town Supervisor Robert A. Stanley as the certifying officer for the project. And be it further resolved that the Town Board authorize the supervisor to contact all involved agencies requesting the Shandaken Town Board be allowed lead agency status in order to conduct this necessary SCQR. And I move its adoption.
Second. Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member Discipline?
Yes.
Board Member Lloyd?
Yes.
Board Member Shore?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen?
Yes.
Resolution number 66-16, Town Police Department. Whereas the town of Shandaken is a town of the second class, and whereas there's a town police department, and whereas a full-time officer has submitted for his retirement, and the town is required to maintain a specific number of full-time officers, and whereas a part-time officer has been recommended by the police commissioners to be hired full-time. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board hereby accept the retirement of Officer Chris Crescenza following more than 20 years of service to the town, and be it further resolved that pursuant to the town law of the state of New York, section 21B, the town board hereby appoints the following individuals as full-time police officer to receive compensation as indicated. The name will be Ryan Benacasa, thank you. Compensation is $43,896.42 plus longevity, which is $21.10 per hour. And that said police officer shall have all powers confirmed upon police officers by the general laws of the state of New York, including but not limited to, and such powers not inconsistent with laws as are hereinafter set forth. And that said police officer shall have all powers designated in section 2.20 of the Criminal Procedure Law of the State of New York, and shall have the following special duties. 1. To enforce all local laws, ordinances, and regulations of the town of Shandaken. 2. To enforce the vehicle and traffic laws of the State of New York to the extent that the police officer may be so permitted by the general laws of the State of New York. And 3. To enforce such penal statuses as police officers are permitted to enforce pursuant to the general laws of the State of New York. And in furtherance of said special duties, police officers are hereby authorized the use of a town vehicle to be known as a police officer's vehicle, which may be equipped with emergency lights in accordance with the applicable sections of the vehicle and traffic laws, and may use the state and county radio to the extent permitted by the general laws of the State of New York, and may carry firearms while on duty in compliance with the general laws of the State of New York pertaining to the police officers generally. And I move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member Discipline?
Sorry, no. Inveterate cheapskate that I am, I just don't think we need another full-time officer.
Board Member Lloyd?
Yes.
Board Member Shore?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes.
Resolution 6716, resolution to upgrade town accounting software. Whereas the town of Shandaken has certain fiscal responsibilities to the taxpayer of the town, in addition to federal and state requirements for reporting fiscal health, and whereas the current accounting software being used in the offices has become obsolete and lacks certain capabilities that would make the offices more efficient, especially concerning accountant remote interface. And whereas the town has received a proposal to provide new software from Enhanced Business Systems, P.O. Box 13804, Albany, New York 12212, and that said software would meet all the criteria necessary, and additional modules are available for future enhancements to the system. And whereas the proposal includes a one-time fee for installation and training, as well as dramatically reduces annual fees currently being paid for system upgrades and maintenance. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the supervisor to enter into contract with Enhanced Business Services for said software for a one-time price of $6,740 and an annual fee of $900 for the enhanced support plan to provide continuous upgrades and unlimited technical support, and I move its adoption.
I'll second that.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Lloyd?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Resolution 6816, appointing special prosecutors for the town court. Whereas under Section 20, notes of Decision 9 of the town law, the town board shall appoint all employees of the town. Therefore, be resolved that
I'm glad you got that.
Oh, boy. that's a-
Candinos.
Got to Dinos.
Thank you. Whereas be appointed to serve as special prosecutors for the town of Shandaken and to serve at the pleasure of the town board, and to be paid $150 per hour, not to exceed $15,000 in performing the duties of said office, and I move its adoption.
Second. That's cheap for an attorney.
They're usually like 200
200.
or more. Yeah. We got a bargain. Oh.
Board Member Alba? Yes. Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Lloyd?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Resolution 6916, Ulster County Planning Board member. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of the town law, it is the duty of the town board to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that upon recommendation by the town of Shandaken Planning Board, Sam Spada be appointed alternate to the Ulster County Planning Board, and move its adoption.
I'll second it.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yeah.
Board Member Lloyd?
Who's Sam Spada?
Good question.
Sam here?
Well,
I'll say yes, it doesn't matter, but I just want- I know who he
He's
was.
recommended by the planning board.
Okay.
Yeah, he interviewed for a position with the planning board, and they ended up going on the board, so.
Yes, it is.
That's an unpaid position, right?
I was
Unpaid.
Unpaid, right. Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes.
Resolution 70-16, award bid engineering Panther Hill Bridge project. A resolution approving the selection of an engineer for the town of Shandaken's New York Rising Community Reconstruction Program, Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery, CDBGDR, Panther Hill Road Bridge Replacement Project. Whereas pursuant to Town Resolution 58-16 and subsequent execution of a subrecipient agreement between the New York Housing Trust Fund Corporation and the Town of Shandaken, the town appointed an evaluation committee to evaluate responses received from design engineer firms in response to a request for qualifications for design engineering services, which convened on February 24, 2016, to evaluate responsive statements. Whereas on February 24, 2016, the following bids were received and accepted as qualified bidders. Erdman, Anthony and Associates, 145 Calder Road, Rochester, New York, 14620. MJ Engineering, 1533 Crescent Road, Clifton Park, New York, 12065. Grenier and Larios, 67 Maiden Lane, Kingston, New York, 12401. Malone and McBroom, 231 Main Street, New Paltz, New York, 12561. KC Engineering, 2142 Route 302, Circleville, New York, 10919. South Hall, that's it?
Yep.
Hall? Yep. 678 Troy, Schenectady Road, Suite 2003, Latham, New York, 12110. Whereas the evaluation committee evaluated and scored all responsive submittals based on qualifications, evaluation criteria, and whereas the Town of Shandaken Evaluation Committee recommends Brenio and Larios PC based on the highest points awarded by the Evaluation Committee, I want to say Evaluation Committee on Qualifications Criterion. Be it resolved by the Board of Supervisors of the Town of Shandaken, acting as governing authority of said town, that the Town of Shandaken enters into contract negotiations with the aforementioned firm, and I move its adoption.
I'll second that.
Can I have a correction on that?
Yeah.
And change Board of Supervisors to Town Board? Bill, Mr. Blankenship keeps doing
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
Board. Yeah, okay. Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storm?
Yes.
Supervisor Brown?
Yes.
Resolution 71-16, award bid, Muddy Brook Slope Stabilization Project. Whereas pursuant to Resolution 137-15, the Town of Shandaken Town Board advertised for and received bids for Muddy Brook Slope Stabilization Project. Whereas on February 1st, 2016, the following bids were received and accepted as qualified bidders. Badger Machinery, 3170 Broadentown Avenue, Old Bridge, New Jersey. Zip 08857, amount $674,000, excuse me. Big difference, big difference.
6 grand still.
He's got it.
He's got it. He's got it. Baker Brothers, Kingston Equipment, 78 Stone Road, West Hurley, New York, zip 12491. Bid $476,500. CFI Construction, 286 Secondada Road, Johnstown, New York, zip 12095. Bid $510,000.
You got this.
$510,000. Next bid, Evergreen Mountain Contracting, 25 Evergreen Mountain Road, Westfield, New York, zip 12455, $491,108. William J. Keller and Sons, 1435 Route 9, Castleton, New York, zip 12033, bid $350,800. Rock Construction, P.O. Box, 406 Clintondale, New York, zip 12515, bid $438,450. And Tweedy Construction, 90 Crystal Creek Road, Walton, New York, zip 13856. And his bid, $394,778. Therefore, be it resolved that after review, the Town of Shandaken Town Board awarded the Muddy Brook Slope Stabilization Project to William J. Keller and Sons, pending property owner approval, and moves its adoption.
I'll second.
Yes.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Storm?
Yes.
Supervisor Sam?
Yes.
Resolution 7216, accept bids, replace Peck Hollow Bridge project. Whereas pursuant to Resolution 5916, the Town of Shandaken Town Board advertised for bids for repair of Peck Hollow Bridge project. Whereas bidders were required to attend a pre-bidding meeting on Thursday, February 11, 2016 at 1 p.m. and bids clearly marked on envelope repair Peck Hollow Bridge project were received at the town clerk's office, Shandaken Town Hall, 7209 Route 28, P.O. Box 67, Shandaken, New York, 12480, no later than 3 p.m. on March 7, 2016, to be opened at the regular monthly town board meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. that evening. The town board reserves the right to reject any and all bids. Therefore, be it resolved that the following bids were received and accepted as qualified bidders.
Okay, so you have your bid tabulation sheets there. On the back of your resolution. And we have 5 bids, if you want to check them off first. We have Advanced Enterprise Concrete and Excavation, 40 Mullins Lane, Sorties, New York, 12477. Second bid is going to be from Evergreen Mountain Contracting, 25 Evergreen Mountain Road, Westfield, New York, 12492. Hubble Brothers Incorporated, P.O. Box 664, Margaretville, New York, Case of Equipment Rental, Baker Brothers, 78 Stone Road, West Shirley, New York. And lastly is Tweedy Construction Services, 90 Christopher Street Road, Walton, New York. So we'll open the advance bid first. Total amount, $727,690 even. $727,690. Okay, second bid's from Evergreen. And total bid amount, $535,750. $535,750. Third bid's from Hubble Brothers. $632,780.
Say that again.
$632,780. Fourth bid's from Kingston Equipment, Baker Brothers. You said this one, right? $486,000 even. Last, Tweedy. $544,561. $544,561.
Thank you, Joyce.
Second one, did we get a second?
No,
one?
it doesn't
Okay.
say if it's new adoption.
I move its adoption.
I'll second.
Board Member Alba? Yes. Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Lloyd?
Yes.
Board Member Storr?
Yes.
Supervisor Dan?
Resolution 7316, Parkinson's Aware Month Proclamation. Whereas Parkinson's disease is a progressive neurological movement disorder of the central nervous system, which has a unique impact on each patient. And whereas according to the Parkinson's Action Network, the Parkinson's Disease Foundation, the American Parkinson's Disease Association, and the National Institute of Health, there are over 1 million Americans diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. And whereas symptoms include slowness, tremor, difficulty with balance, speaking, rigidity, cognitive, and memory problems. And whereas, although new medicines and therapies may enhance life for some time for people with Parkinson's, more work is needed for a cure, and whereas increased education and research are needed to help find more effective treatments with fewer side effects and ultimately cure for Parkinson's disease. And whereas a multidisciplinary approach to Parkinson's disease care includes local wellness support and caregiver groups. And whereas April has been proclaimed as Worldwide Parkinson's Awareness Month for all to recognize the need for more research and help in dealing with the devastating effects of Parkinson's disease. Now therefore be resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board does hereby proclaim April 2016 as Parkinson's Awareness Month in the Town of Shandaken, and I move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Alba?
Yes.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Lloyd?
Yes.
Board Member Storr?
Yes.
Supervisor Dan?
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
So what is the town doing to spread the fact that this is Parkinson's Awareness Month? And what is the town doing in terms of alternative available therapies for people within the town of Shandaken with Parkinson's, in terms of education, in terms of possibilities of getting other therapies besides Western medical therapies? And, you know, it's fine to adopt these things, but what is the town going to do to let people know?
This would have been brought up before, that's the thing on this.
But yeah, I can tell you again, generally, it's just, I've talked to the woman that handles this locally, and basically, they're just looking for support, and it's sad to say, but not a lot of the towns, every town in Ulster County gets this resolution. Not a lot of them adopt the resolution, making the proclamation. Again, we don't really have any services that we can offer to explain about Parkinson's. So the best, what we do is we post it on our website, we make people aware of it. There is a press release that goes out making people aware that April is Parkinson's Month in the town of Shandaken. We're listed with a number of other municipalities as well. But I'm sorry to say, look, that's about the extent of it, is just making people aware of it, that it's going on, and perhaps a simple discussion like this at the town board meeting makes people more aware. We'll look for it.
Well, what about putting on your announcement that goes out, you know, practitioners in the community that can help in modalities, so.
Well, again, I'd suggest, after the meeting, if you want to contact Joyce and get that information to her, she can certainly add that onto our postings.